All right, everyone, we welcome you to the John Gallo Ice Arena here in Bourne, Massachusetts for this afternoon's coverage of high school ice hockey on Bourne Community Television, on YouTube, local TV, and on my broadcasting YouTube channel. Monday afternoon game, we don't get that too often in high school ice hockey. It's the 8-6-2 Bourne Canalmen getting set to take on the 3-7 Nantucket Whalers. Both teams are in the 20s in terms of the MIAA Division 4 power rankings. Bourne's number 20, Nantucket number 29. We thank you for joining us on any of our feeds. Keegan, Hamblett on commentary, and we got the sophomore defender for the Bourne Canalmen, James McKenna, filling in for Ed Schroed on camera. The Canalmen are in white, the Whalers are in blue. These two teams met earlier this season. Nantucket had two unanswered goals late in the third period that secured a 3-2 win out in Nantucket, and here we go. It's going to be battled for in the corner by Soren Edwards against James Kroll. Edwards knocked down to the ice. Kroll will get it out to the point. That's Hunter McLean, and it comes out of the zone. Ronan Kelly couldn't hold it in. He got the backhand by Ben Freeman. Picked up in the middle by Canton Jenkinson. Played up the ice off a stick. Thomas now has to go retreat on back, and it's going to force an early cover for Jackson Pomborg, who made 37 saves on 40 shots in the last game for the Canalmen, which was the Canal Cup, which they ended up falling in that game, but because it went to double overtime, it does go in as a 2-2 tie in the record books, which that will surely help them out in the next power rankings tomorrow morning, provided that this game goes in their favor, and that's not a good start right there. 32 seconds in, Canton Jenkinson getting the opening goal for Nantucket. It's 1-0. I mean, that's quick. That's the senior forward, Canton Jenkinson. Started the game on the top line today, and he's got a big road goal to put the Whalers in front in the season for Nantucket, and actually the last 2 years in which goals have been really hard to come for this Whalers side. Hope tried to take over. Parker Furtado looking to play it up the ice, and that'll go off the sideboards. Torres with the touch, and he sticks it down and will send it around behind. It's going to pop in front. Pomborg has to steer it away for Andrew Kennefic. Carpenito battling. Stick being raised against Felix Soares. And it's going to squirt out of the zone. Retreating on back is Paxton Fitch. Hope receives a touch from Seitz. And here comes Felix Soares to go get it for Nantucket. Hope able to hold that one in. That was pretty close to going out of the blue line. One referee's trapped in the corner, the other one was at the red line. Charlie Seitz sees it, will slap it down looking to find Carpenito. Cutting it off as Soares. Soares will start the rush up on the right side, off of Landon Hope. And it was a delayed offside there for Frank Carpenito as he had to tap up Parker Furtado. To the left side he goes, to Paxton Fitch. Kick of the skate, Fitch trying to get it out. He can't, Buckley was going forward. Now trying to battle one-on-one against Torres. Buckley popped it out in front, and Ronan Kelly's got to backhand it in. Andrew Lavin, senior forward, was there to help get a partial deflection out. A lot of seniors on the Nantucket side. After only having one senior on last year's team, Miles Bodette was the only senior they lost that season, the 24-25 year, and he was a defender. Third line on here for the Canalmen. That's Drew Kelly trying to play it up on the left side. Soren Edwards keeping it in, and now it's going to spring out, and here comes Carter Gettings. Gettings deflected by Lavin, and going on back to get it is Jasper Soares. 2.5 minutes in. Soares stepping up. Leaves it on the left side. Here's Jenkinson. Gets deflected off to the side. Gettings and Kroll battling. Now McLean's in there for Bourne. Jenkinson looking to play on that left side. It wasn't there. Taken over here by Cole Thomas, who had both of those goals in that last game 2 days ago against Sandwich. Both came in the first period. Soren Edwards puts it on Pomborg, who steers it away. It's Thomas trying to look for a deflection by James Kroll, and that'll work for Kirby as he'll backhand it in. Jenkinson lets it go for Jenkinson. How about that connection? We're going to be saying those two names a lot today. McLean's got it on the right side. Hunter McLean, a nice stick drag, trying to get around Freeman, plays it on down to Thomas. Thomas, a spin move, gets back to it. Now it's Kirby. James Kirby, pressured hard by Soren Edwards, and it's going to be taken over here by the Whalers. Canton Jenkinson is forward. They're going to leave it short for the alternate captain, Edwards. Kennefic lost it, picked up by Edwards, who missed on the short side. Retreating to the left is Soares. Soares deflected, back into the corner it goes. Canton Jenkinson for Jeremy Jenkinson. Jeremy Jenkinson tried to come out in front, edge of the circle. Left it at the line. The backhand shot deflected, and it's cut off. And Bourne might have an odd man rush if they go quick. They just were in a desperation mode to clear it down by Andrew Kennefic. That's an icing against Bourne with 10:50 to go in period one. That's finally our second whistle of the game. Let's meet the opposing head coach. Jack Moran in his fourth season with Nantucket. 37-33-1 is his record in his second stint. He was the head coach here from 2009 to 2016 as well. He oversaw the team jumps from a club team to a junior varsity team all the way up to the current varsity level. The team made the Final Four in 2023 and the Elite Eight in 2024. That's Seitz. He'll come out of the zone, and here comes Landon Hope. A big burst of steam. It's going to be a break, and he scores! Landon Hope off the post and in. It's 1-1. For Landon Hope, that's going to be his 8th goal of the season, 13th in his career for the junior alternate captain. The first shot that Thomas Schroeder sees goes in the back of the net. Played up by Fitch, cutting it off. Right in front was Ronan Kelly. Fitch again, off the stick of Seitz, and it's off the netting and at a play behind Schroeder's net. Jackson Pomborg, the goalie for Bourne today, on the air. 8-6-2 is his record. He started every game. He's played all but about 2 minutes with Aiden Safredi has come in late in games against Greater New Bedford. 159 goals against average and a .939 save percentage. Those numbers still lead the South Coast Conference. Seitz got it on back to Hope, deflected into the middle. Hope pressuring Torres. And Kennefic's going to send it up. Took a bounce in front of the Nantucket bench. That's Wolschlager, leaving it for Furtado. Deflected up by Fitch, and Kennefic put it off the padding of the backup goalie, who is in the Nantucket bench, the sophomore Jackson Remick. Definitely a smaller crowd, definitely compared to Saturday. So this is probably 1/500th of a crowd compared to 2 days ago, but a lot of Bourne fans that are here in the building, a lot of parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles. Don't really have that student turnout that you would typically see. You never know, later in the game, school's about to get out at Bourne High School, so you got some students coming on down to check out a hockey game. It's free admission, might as well. Sent back in deep by Freeman. McLean will get there first for Bourne with 9.5 to go in the first. Cole Thomas, back to McLean. McLean looks to go around on the left side. Intended target was Kroll. Freeman now battling. Held in, here's Jenkinson. Tried to leave it on the left side for Canton. Thomas pokes it to the red line, and he takes it over from Freeman. Thomas, that'll work for Kirby on the left. Kirby boxed out nicely, and now it's going to work for the Whalers as playing it up ahead is Jeremy Jenkinson. A stumble by Kennefic. Freeman on the right side, deflected off the stick of McLean, and Kroll picks it up. Sent down the length of the ice, and that's not going to be on frame, so that's another Canalmen icing. Well, for the Bourne Canalmen, a big game for them, as if they win this game, they're going to clinch their spot in the state tournament. Been on a run. They made the state tournament the last couple of seasons. I know everybody on that Canalmen bench, including you, James. You're looking forward to that Wednesday game, which if you guys win that, at the minimum, you guys are getting a share of the South Coast Conference for the first time in 7 years. Last 14 seasons, only 2 South Coast Conference titles for the boys in purple. Jenkinson, who scored the first goal of the game, around looking to find Jasper Soares. Soares leaves it for Freeman, redirected and missed on the left side. Backhanded by Kelly, looks to find Sean Collins. Helped out of the zone. Landon Hope now in a race with Soren Edwards. Edwards gets there first. Carpenito will play it up. Soren Edwards, the senior defender, to the left side. Deflected again. Hope will hold it in at the blue line. Sights boxed out by 2 Whalers. Soares and Edwards are both there. Turned over in the middle. Landon Hope picks it up. The shot attempt is blocked. He trips up a man and a penalty's coming up. Landon Hope's going to go to the box for tripping, and the first power play of the afternoon will go to Nantucket. Face-off is going to be on the right side of Jackson Pomborg. Shots on goal right now. The opening 6:51. Nantucket's got 3, Bourne's got 1. And they're going to have to redo it here with Thomas and Jenkinson both going early that time. Poked out. Here comes James Kroll, shorthanded. Kroll over the red line, into the zone. Going to make a chance on it, shorthanded. Backhand never got the shot away. It's good to kill off this penalty time, and this is a smart play right here to bring it on back, but he turns it over. Picking it up is Jenkinson. Canton Jenkinson up top, leaves it. Jeremy Jenkinson. Waiting on that right side. Kroll applying the pressure. Jenkinson lets it go all the way through to Soares. Jenkinson. Right side to the point. Jenkinson again receives it across. Nobody's there. Intended target was Torres. Deflected again. Picked up by Bourne. Not all the way down and went off the body of Jeremy Jenkinson. Thomas applying the pressure on the body. And the alternate, Canton Jenkinson, stick drag, knocked away by McLean. Soares picking it up, still going forward, and it ends up on the right side. Jenkinson halfway through the Nantucket power play. Defended by Thomas, feeds it across. Jeremy Jenkinson at the blue line, shifting to the left. Leaves it short, shot blocked again. It went off of Thomas that time. Soren Edwards took the shot. Bourne still unable to get it out of the zone. Soren Edwards looking for a redirection by Jenkinson. A couple of touches, and there's the backhand by McLean. Over to Kroll, who will send it the length of the ice. Good work by the first PK shift for the Canalmen. Soren Edwards with 20 seconds on the man advantage, 6.5 to go in period 1. Jeremy Jenkinson to the right side, took a touch. Torres looking to play it up, not there. These guys have been out there the whole time. Edwards to the left side. Jenkinson stepping in. Jenkinson picking it up. Jenkinson in front, and it hopped over the stick of Soares at the last second. Soares looking for a seam. A little bit behind Jenkinson that time. Hope's back on the ice after getting out of the box. Picked up again short and missed the connection with Jenkinson that time. Jasper Soares was the one who fluttered that pass over. Nice step up again by Jenkinson. His shot is saved by Pomborg. We talked about Bourne's next game already. Next game coming up for Nantucket. We'll be back at home at the Nantucket Ice Community Rink Wednesday, February 11th, 5:15. Against the Monomoy Sharks. Bourne's very familiar with that team. Played them twice this year. Both of those games have gone to overtime, and they split the games. Drew Kelly has to race to get back to it. Fitch unable to walk forward. Second line on here for Nantucket. Here comes Ronan Kelly, the defender, stepping up. Look to find Buckley. Ronan Kelly off a skate and nearly picked up in the middle by Charlie Boyce. Flying on back now is Furtado, who gets to it first, plays it nicely, might have taken a touch off the stick of Fitch. Here's Carter Gettings with it for the Canalmen. He missed on the outside. Drew Kelly gets to it left side. The backhand in front, couldn't get redirected by Ben Buckley, who's still looking for his first career goal. Andrew Lavin stepping in right side. Lavin got the puck by Ronan Kelly. Collins waiting to get it for Bourne on the right side. I'll help him out a little bit, but Buckley played it off of a skate. Ronan Kelly gets to it behind Pomborg. Nice stick drag by two. Got as far as the red line with it. Behind Boyce. Boyce going to step in, though, for Nantucket. His shot blockered away. Looks to pick it up in the corner against Sean Collins. And there's James Kroll to get it for Bourne. Nice step. James Kroll one-on-one. Still going right side. Lost it. Felix Soares doing a good box out, but he gets it away. It's Kirby's shot deflected. Off to the corner. Lavin can't connect that time with Boyce. Kennefic turned over. Here comes Jeremy Jenkinson, left side. And another save by Pomborg, and it's taken in front dangerously by Kennefic. Kennefic beats Canton Jenkinson to it, but Jenkinson picks it up. In front, shot attempt, scores! Jenkinson, the nice dish into the middle, and then the finish by Justin Torres. It's 2-1. So 3 combined goals in the first 11-10 of this game. Nantucket back in front. Jenkinson looking to double that lead. Try to leave it in the middle for Torres. The two looking to connect again. That one gets deflected off the Cape Cod Canal Sharks Youth Hockey banner and out of play. Pomborg's got the face-off on his right. He's 5 for 7 so far. The Canalmen only have one shot on net, and that was the one goal that they had from Landon Hope. Soren Edwards. Circles on back. Here comes Carpenito. Seitz can't stick it down. There's some help by Lavin, and he's going to step up. Has options as a trailer and on the right side, and on the right side picking it up is Fitch. Fitch with a nice hit by McLean. Actually, that was Ronan Kelly on the hit. Couldn't tell, the jersey is blocking half of his number on the ice. Here's Seitz. Off a skate, Carpenito can't follow it up. Edwards sends it back down. Pomborg's out of the blue paint. Under 3 to go in the first. Carpenito. Turned over. It's Lavin shooting, blocked. Right side, Charlie Boyce. Ronan Kelly will take over. He's done a great job stepping up as a two-way player. Here he comes again. Deflected off to the left side. He'll send it down. Seitz got back to it. Buckley was waiting for it on the right side to get a shot. Couldn't find his stick. Canton Jenkinson stepping in. Tried to dish it to the right side where Edwards was waiting. Buckley can't get it out. Soares leaves it. Jenkinson's shot is saved by Pomborg. Jenkinson trying to spin his way away from Cole Thomas. Pomborg makes a save. The rebound came right in front. They couldn't get that second shot on frame, though. Poked behind by Kirby, and here's Andrew Kennefic. Jenkinson gets back to it for Nantucket. Picked up. Jenkinson to the line. Furtado leaves it short. Kroll takes over from Jenkinson. Backhand goes up, looking to find Thomas. A nice hit. Thomas looking to find that puck. Body's battling for it. Kroll trying to take it away from Jenkinson. He does. Got back to it for the moment. Sticks again being raised in the air. Jenkinson now on the left side. It's Torres. His shot is gobbled up by Pomborg. He didn't know if he had it right away, but he's got it for the faceoff. Nantucket wins it again, and the deflected shot wouldn't go all the way through as Fitch had a redirection at the last second. Kirby to Thomas that time. Kroll looking to find that bouncing puck, and he had it. It just went off of his backhand, though. Andrew Lavin knocked away by Kroll, trying to get back to it. Left in the middle, shot attempt, and stumbling down to the ice was Fitch as Kennefict knocked him to his keister that time. Kennefict receives as we hit a minute to go in the first. McLean spins out of trouble. And it's going to be slapped back in by Soares. Kennefict was waiting for Seitz to play, and neither of them could get to it first. Hope connects with Cole Thomas, and they'll backhand it out. Soares looking to go back up for Jenkinson again. Jenkinson takes over on McLean, kicks it to himself, his shot scores! Jeremy Jenkinson, it's 3-1 Nantucket. Jenkinson fanned on the pass attempt, and now goes on the right side looking to find Canton Jenkinson. Got there just in time. Stepping in as Torres with 13 seconds. Torres in front, short side, backhand by Jenkinson with 7 seconds. Jenkinson knocked down by Hope. He picks it up, and Carpenito will help deflect it down the ice, but that's going to do it for period one. 3-1 Nantucket through 15 minutes of play. Shots on goal in that first period. Nantucket with 11, Bourne with 1. James and I will take a short break. Second period coming up soon. All right, back inside the John Gallo Ice Arena here in Bourne, Massachusetts. Second period about to start in today's high school ice hockey matchup between the Bourne Canalmen and the Nantucket Whalers. 3-1 Whalers, the score through 15 minutes of play. Canton Jenkinson, Justin Torres, and Jeremy Jenkinson. The goal scorers for Nantucket, Landon Hope, the goal scorer for the Canalmen. With the rescheduled game and the Blue Knights having a practice right after this game, they're not going to melt down the ice in between the first and the second periods. We'll see if that plays a factor at all. I know that ice can really build up sometimes, and we get a whistle and a stoppage of play. And I think they called a hand pass that time. They're going to call for the face-off on the left side of Schroeder. Canalmen winning. Here's Kirby shooting, and it got deflected by Kroll, and it just missed off the outside of the net. Kroll controlling it still against Soares. Almost popped for Thomas. Jenkinson receives a nice hit by Thomas. He's going to feel that one tomorrow. Thomas. Nice stick drag on Jeremy Jenkinson. Tried to play it to the right side. Will on a bounce to Kroll. The captain to the line. Ronan Kelly's shot deflected off to the corner. Kirby tied up this time with Edwards. And Soares will poke it out of trouble. Off to the right side. Jenkinson to Torres. Torres stepping in left side. Holds it up. His shot is saved by Pomborg. I got to talk with Bourne head coach Frank Carpenito before the game. He had a lot of keys to the game today. He said he's been going with the same group, but this group has to stay disciplined. They have to match Nantucket's energy and physicality, attack the net, and don't settle for shots. That one gets blocked again. Here's McLean. And it's going to be whistled down for an offside. The puck came out of the zone, and trying to send it back in was Felix Soares. Only one inactive for the Canalmen varsity team today, and that's the guy off to my left, James McKenna, running camera today. Hope we get him back on the ice before state tournament time, potentially. We'll talk more about what the tournament picture looks like right now, because it's a very interesting picture as we stand, as Lavin's trying to get it on the left, deflected by Kennefic. Lavin will pick it up and try to leave it for the trailer, Freeman. Lavin off the skate of Hope. Tied up, Freeman can't beat him to it on the right side. Now on the left for Carpenito, looking to find Seitz. Might have a chance here on Freeman. He'll backhand it. Looking to find Hope against Lavin. Sticks raised again. Kennefic's waiting for it at the point if they can get it to him. And Lavin will get it to Felix Soares. Landon Hope. Picked up short side, deflected. It's kicked away, soccer style there by Furtado. Lavin over the middle. It's Felix Soares with it. Hope cut it off, and it almost worked for Carpenito. Had Seitz played that one cleanly, that was going to be a break. Here's Landon Hope, tried the stick drag. Furtado taking over. Furtado, a nice cut. He steps over the red line into the zone. His shot steered away and out of play off the stick of Jackson Palmborg. Now, this is a fun playoff picture. Let's say the season ended today as a hypothetical. Bourne's going to Monomoy round one, who they've already played twice. Nantucket is coming right back to this building as they would take on Sandwich in round one. And the winners of each of those games would match up. So you got a very familiar battle. As it stands right now, you could have Bourne Sandwich in the Sweet 16 if it ended today. Well, we still got 4 more games to go. You already have today's game and Saturday's game that still have to be calculated in the rankings. Jenkinson feeds it to Canton Jenkinson. Here's James Kroll with it. 2:40 into period 2. Never took a touch. And if it goes all the way, which it will, it's an icing against Bourne. Also got to talk with Coach Jack Moran before the game, keys to the game for Nantucket. Pretty similar. Said the main key was discipline and limiting penalties. They had 12 penalties in one of their recent games last week. He said he wants to see his team push through, skate hard, and that this game against Bourne is always a fun matchup as it deflects right back to Palmborg, who's going to hold it for the faceoff. Got to give a lot of credit to this Nantucket team from the turnaround that they've had since last year. Last year they went 1-14. Although it's only a few extra wins, although they're 3-7 right now. Excuse me, one of those teams in the South Coast Conference, and we'll talk more about that as Torres puts it high. We just have to wait for that chance to finish up. They played a South Coast Conference team last year and they lost 12-1. And now they're playing on the road against a team, barring anything crazy, that's going to finish as co-champions of the SEC, and they're up by 2. Gettings able to poke it to the corner. He's decked by Canton Jenkinson. What a hit. Carter Gettings, a multi-sport athlete, was the goalie for the boys soccer team, which assistant coach Andrew Arkey is the head coach of. You got a couple of guys that are on this Canalmen ice hockey roster that are a part of that boys soccer team. Big moment for them. They actually had 2 big moments. They won at home against 12-win Upper Cape Tech, 1-0, and then a 2-2 tie in which Max Riddle had that Olympico goal. That was pretty cool to see. Now we get a discussion with the officials. You're also at the point of the game now, too, where you have goalie Thomas Schroeder for Nantucket. He hasn't seen a shot in a while. Sometimes the goalies like having all of those shots because they're prepared, so he's got to be focused and ready to go if he sees another shot coming to him pretty soon. Taken over and played up by Lavin. McLean's there for Bourne. And it's taken over for the moment by Boyce. McLean to Seitz, and now it's Carpenito feeding it through. Oh, Hope was forward. It was sticked away at the last second by sophomore defender Parker Furtado. Reach of the stick was there for Hope. That was played back into the zone by Nantucket. No icing here. Seitz gets to it. He's knocked down to the ice by Fitch. Carpenito left side, off the boards. Took a touch off of Seitz. Furtado's there again. Nice hit by Landon Hope. Hope still jawing at him. Seitz able to pick it up. We'll get it out to the line. It's McLean shooting it, redirected just wide. Lavin's waiting for it, and here he comes. Hope tried to poke it back in. Carpenito's there. Furtado going the other way with it for the Whalers. Furtado's shot goes wide on the right. Might have taken a touch off of Kennefic. Boyce doing a good job. You got bodies up the ice if they can get it there, but they can't. It's off Furtado again. Furtado's shot blocked by Kennefic, and this could spring out for a one-on-one. Seitz didn't dive after the puck. Hope battling with Lavin. A couple of the Nantucket fans made the ferry trip over here. There's 5 fans that are on the left side for the Whalers today. Those must be their super fans over there. It's Jenkinson leave it. Jeremy Jenkinson feeding it across. Shot save Pomborg. That's a big one off the stick of Edwards. He keeps it a 2-goal game with 9:20 to go in the second. A tumbling muffin all the way down, and it's going to make it for an icing just barely. I almost feel bad for you, James, that you got to go back in that locker room at the end of the second. If it stays 3-1, I do not want to be in that locker room. I never played high school ice hockey, but I've been on those bus rides a couple of times where teams have had a really tough loss, and I'll tell you, it's not fun. Here's Soren Edwards with it, knocked away by Kirby. Kirby's going to pick it up. James Kirby still coming through. It's off the glove of Schroeder. That's going to be the first save for him in this game. Nice stick drag here by Jasper Soares. Looked like he got hooked. No arm's going to go up here. Kroll's going to get to it, and a 2-on-1 developing. He gives it across to the right side to Cole Thomas. Thomas back to Kroll, and it's stick down. Kirby again trying to flutter it up, and taking over is Jenkinson. Jenkinson flipping it up. Now it's Canton Jenkinson. Jenkinson into the zone, shoots it high. That was a golden chance going 2-on-1. If you're Cole Thomas, I think you got to go all the way with it next time. It was a nice stick tap down, though, by the Whalers defender. Deflected in again. Kroll will help get it out of the zone. No icing here, as Soren Edwards will be the first to pick it up with 8 minutes to go in the second. Goal scorers once again for Nantucket, both the Jenkinsons, Canton and Jeremy, and Justin Torres. The goal scorer for Bourne, which tied the game up at 1-1, what felt like ages ago, was Landon Hope. Thomas doing a good job applying the pressure, but Lavin's going to take over. Off of Buckley. And flipped ahead by Soares down the ice. That's an icing against Nantucket. And the faceoff will go over by Thomas Schroeder's end. Thomas Schroeder taking over goaltending duties after 2 former goalies for Nantucket no longer a part of the varsity roster. Nick Yates, CJ Clark, 2 juniors from last year's team were their goalies. Schroeder was a forward last season. Lavin deflects it out. McLean off to the left side, taken over by the sophomore Charlie Boyce. Flicked ahead by Paxton Fitch. Save Pomborg, dangerous rebound. It's picked up by McLean. Boyce sends it in. He got knocked down to the ice. And a little bit rushed that time for Drew Kelly as he was looking to find Ben Buckley. Kennefick, a nice step up. He's past the Canalmen logo, and it's offside. He put it right on frame, off the glove of Schroeder, but Buckley was in an offside position. So the face-off's going to be just outside of the Nantucket defensive zone, right in front of the Canalmen bench. Spinning it is Soares, looking to find Jeremy Jenkinson on the left side. I wasn't there. Now it's Carpenito. That'll work for Landon Hope. Hope steps in. Charlie Seitz, shot blocked. Gets back to it. Seitz again off of Schroeder. Rebound ends up behind. Trying to knock it away is Jasper Soares. Ends up on the left. Slap shot chance blocked. Seitz again in the corner. 6.5 to go in the second. Carpenito picks it up. Carpenito still holding on in front, and they couldn't redirect it as Seitz was looking to find it on the back post. And they're going to call for the draw to be outside of the zone. Flicked ahead off the stick of Edwards. Soren Edwards looks to backhand it around. Seitz trying to cut it off. He can't. Played over the middle. Canton Jenkinson looking to find Justin Torres that time. Battled for in front of athletic trainer Danielle Jacobson, who's ducking for cover. Jenkinson coming in again. Roofed the shot. Pomborg might have gotten a piece. And I'll be nice to him. I think he got a piece of it. We'll credit him for a save. Shots on goal right now. Nantucket with 17. Bourne with 4. They've gotten a couple more on frame in the second period. But 17-4, that shot on goal differential is not going to win you any games. They were lucky they went to overtime against Sandwich. Never mind 2 overtimes. They got outshot 40-19. That's just played down right away. That's going to be a quick icing. It's the third line on here for the Canalmen. Boyce gets a step in front of Buckley. Buckley with the reach, able to get on the left side, but a slap shot chance from the line is blocked. That one stung the old man, Ronald Del Rosario Gomez, the senior defender. Gettings will play it in the zone. Buckley and Soares will battle. Buckley's going to take over. Ben Buckley still pressured by Freeman. Gettings backed off of it. Buckley off the outside of the back net. Still John for it. Gomez can't get it out. Slap shot from the line is sticked down cleanly by the Whalers. Furtado got by Gettings. Kicked it to himself. Collins defensively in the corner. And just slammed him down. This Collins. Now you get a whistle on the stoppage of play. They're going to call for the face-off to go all the way on the other side. And they get a penalty called, I think, on Sean Collins for a cross-check. Must have been some extracurricular at the bottom of the pile against Parker Furtado. Sean Collins, senior defender, has a goal and assist this season. He was the backup goalie to Pomborg the prior 2 years. Did not allow a goal last year. He had a .450 goals against and a .900 save percentage in his sophomore year. Power play once again for Nantucket. Fed to the right side. Nobody's there. Seitz looking to try to spring it short-handed. It's cut off quickly. Soren Edwards. Edwards holding it up, left side, feeds it across, that'll work for Jeremy Jenkinson. Jenkinson on the backhand, playing it down to Soares. Soares, back to Edwards. Canton Jenkinson at the blue line to the left side. Edwards up top. He receives it again. Edwards shot, sticked away, out of play. McLean racing on back that time. Soares to the right. Jenkinson to Jenkinson. Jeremy Jenkinson feeds it across off the skate of Soren Edwards. Edwards circling. Got a piece of Landon Hope. Canton Jenkinson at the line to the right side. He receives it. Canton Jenkinson's shot is saved by Palmborg. He got that one through traffic. Stepping in, Soren Edwards leaves it for Canton Jenkinson. Away to the right side. Canton Jenkinson again. Gets by Landon Hope. To the right side. Hope cut it off. McLean is going to find it. Can't get it out. And they can't connect with anybody. You heard an oh my God from all the way up here. Canton Jenkinson, the intended target. Kirby doing a good job. Some good hustle out there. Haven't seen much of that, but you got to love the hustle of the sophomore. Good tape-to-tape pass that time. Canton Jenkinson stepping in. He's already got a goal today. Kirby almost had to counter the other way. Hope leaves it, and Ronan Kelly will send it the length of the ice with 15 seconds on the Nantucket power play. Pass unable to connect to Soren Edwards. Hope gets it away to James Kroll. Penalty time is up. Sean Collins took a lot of time getting out of that penalty box, probably 3 or 4 seconds past. As he made his way back to the bench. Kroll knocked down. Jeremy Jenkinson takes over. To the right side it goes to Edwards. Edwards gets by one, maybe an odd man rush. Edwards stepping in, his shot scores! Not much power on the shot. Soren Edwards makes it 4-1. .12:24 is going to be the time of the goal. That is going to be one that Jackson Palmborg is going to want back. He got a piece of it. Now, sometimes you just have one of those games where puck's not bouncing your way. Still a lot of hockey to be played, though. Kroll able to get it back to Cole Thomas, who plays it by Furtado. And nice hit by Thomas, laying out the body of Furtado. And the discussion is going to be, and you got to have the captains and alternates talking about it, who's going to be that one guy to make the big play, maybe get that second goal? As Ronan Kelly's knocked off by Charlie Boyce. It's going to be a big discussion in that locker room from eighth-year man Frank Carpenito. Kelly to the left side to McLean. Deflected. Carpenito looking to follow it up to get it out of the zone, which he does. Kroll right back to Cole Thomas. Thomas cutting to the right side. In the middle, his shot is blocked. He picks it back up. We'll go to the forehand, looking to send it down. Couldn't get by Furtado. Furtado pressured by Buckley. Ronan Kelly from in front of the red line puts it on frame. Schroeder tried to hold it, he let it go. Nantucket's got to be careful. Boy, he had that one in the glove for 5 seconds, and now we get a whistle on the stoppage of play. Seen that a couple of times. There was one game earlier this year where it was twice Palmborg had it for 5 seconds. He wanted the face-off, and they just said play on. Third line comes on here for Bourne with Buckley, Kelly, and Gettings. Ronan Kelly to the left side, can't connect as Canton Jenkinson cut it off. Jeremy Jenkinson switching to the left at the red line will play it off the boards and down. Palmborg stays at home. Kelly deflected, taken over by Nantucket again. That's Edwards behind the net. Edwards couldn't play it out. Buckley, the skate, catching the puck tied up with 40 seconds on the clock. Kelly to the left side. That was Drew Kelly looking to find it. Ronan Kelly on the pass attempt. Edwards coming in right side with Jenkinson, still holding on to it, just knocks the body down. Canton Jenkinson had it pop out, and now race to the puck, but Jenkinson's got a lot of open ice to work with as he retreats back with 7 seconds. Deflected off a stick. Buckley, maybe one more chance. Cutting to the right side with 3, and he's just going to play it down. That's going to do it for period 2. 15 minutes to go. I don't even want to say the shot on goal tally, but through 30 minutes, Nantucket with 20, Bourne with 5. Still 15 minutes as James McKenna and I were going to take a short break. Final 15 coming up soon. The Canalmen need 3. All right, we're back at John Gallo Ice Arena here in Bourne, Massachusetts, about ready to start the third period in this afternoon's high school ice hockey matchup between the 20th ranked Bourne Canalmen and the 29th ranked Nantucket Whalers. 8-6-2 for Bourne, 3-7 for Nantucket. Nantucket's up by 3 goals, 4-1 with 15 minutes to go in regulation. We thank you for joining us on any of our feeds, Bourne Community Television, local channels, Bourne Community TV on YouTube, and My Broadcasting YouTube channel. We're going to try to get this game on the Nantucket Community Media YouTube channel as well. Keegan Hamblett on commentary, sophomore defender James McKenna for Bourne filling in on camera today. As we mentioned, shots on goal through the first 30 minutes, 20-5 in favor of Nantucket. Now, James is joining back up here. I got to ask it. I'm going to get you on the mic. What was the talk in that locker room during the intermission?
It's a pretty productive talk. Just we got to play for ourselves and the people next to us.
Well, you know what? We'll see if that big talk pays off. There's still 15 minutes, and again, the win margin for power rankings caps off at 3 goals. Any differential under 3 will help Bourne out. Whether it's slightly, it'll help surely. Bourne's in white, Nantucket's in blue. Final 15 in regulation underway. Bourne will control first as Kroll plays it up. It's going to be cut off by Jasper Soares. Kroll gets to it at the red line, tried the backhand. There's Kirby, and Thomas will deflect it into the zone. Soren Edwards on the backhand. Kroll looking to cut it off, almost popped in the middle, ends up on the right side. Kroll to Kirby. Kirby spun around by Jasper Soares. Pokes free, and Jeremy Jenkinson looking to play it up for Canton Jenkinson. Wasn't there. McLean will flip it high off the sideboards. Cole Thomas couldn't walk into the zone. Justin Torres with some pressure by Hunter McLean. Canton Jenkinson looks to step in on James Kirby, and he's decked down right in the middle by Cole Thomas. As that puck goes out of play, assistant coach Joe Coulter has to go retrieve it. That's one way to bring the physicality. Cole Thomas with a very nice hit. Cole Thomas this season leads the team in goals with 11. He's second on the team in assists with 12. Puck works in the favor of Furtado. Palmborg's out of the crease again. McLean gets away from Lavin. Looks to play it up the ice. No connection. Icing against the Canalmen. Once again, next game coming up for the Bourne Canalmen will be Wednesday, 5 o'clock at Apponequet at the Driscoll Arena in Fall River. If this result holds, a win for Bourne would guarantee a share of the South Coast Conference title at a minimum. And if they don't win today, that would clinch their spot in the state tournament. Carpenito with a stick raised. Hope got it on back. Seitz can't play it into the zone. Kennefic off to the right side. Furtado cuts it off. And it's sent in this time by the senior Ben Freeman. McLean to the right side to Seitz. Seitz had a potential 2-on-1 going the other way. As Hope sticks it down and Carpenito can't handle it. And that did not take a touch off of his stick, so that's another icing. Deflected up, Kennefic looking to get to it against Canton Jenkinson, but he walks away with it. Jenkinson left point, off the stick of Carpenito. Flicked up just a little bit by Hope. Taking over is Edwards. Edwards with Kennefic down on 2 knees. Able to play it up. It's Jasper Soares looking for a redirection in the middle. Still tied up on the right side. Jenkinson tried to let it go as Torres was ready to come help out. And here he is behind the net. It got centered. Kennefic knocked it away. McLean. Now it's Jeremy Jenkinson with it against Sights and Hope. It's going to work again for Soares. His shot missed on the left side. And it deflected out of play over the glass. Well, for that next Bourne Canalmen game that's going to be at Apponequet, Ed Strode will be on the camera for that. Would love to have James back on camera. He's a great guy. He knows what he's doing. It's first time running a camera. I think he's doing a good job up here. And he ain't salty like Ed because he'll actually show the opposing goals when we get that on film. I remember Ed Strode after Canal Cup, he didn't even show the Sandwich Blue Night celebration. Nice move by Soares. Jenkinson on the left side. Try to play it back for Jeremy Jenkinson. It goes down. Schroeder will let it go all the way. Soren Edwards. Plays it behind. Jeremy Jenkinson deflected off of Buckley, who tried to center it. Only got half a whack in there. That's sent down. That'll be an icing against Nantucket. The faceoff's going over by Schroeder's end. Jeremy Jenkinson, one of those guys that we've been saying a lot tonight. He's actually the goalie for the Nantucket Whaler lacrosse team that won the state championship in 2024. Buckley, a nice circle move. And stepping up the other way is Parker Furtado. Furtado, left side, put it wide. Drew Kelly looks to get to it first, but instead it's Felix Soares. A little bit far behind. Freeman gets to it. 3 minutes into period 3, no shots on goal yet from either side. Sean Collins lost it, sent back down by Soares. Pomborg tried to leave it. Lavin takes over, and good thing that Buckley was there. Net was vacant. Somebody was there in blue. That was going to be an easy tap-in. Puck springs free out of the zone off the stick of sophomore defender Felix Soares. Furtado over the middle. That's a good pass to Lavin. McLean picks it up on the bounce. Kelly to the right side to Kirby. First line's back out there for Bourne. Soares around the boards. It's Freeman controlling. Taken over by Kroll. Kroll plays it down low. That's Thomas. Thomas with a nudge on Freeman. Still being fought for. Nantucket has a better read on it, but Thomas takes over. Thomas coming in front, and he missed the frame. Kennefic slap shots it right away. How about a follow-up try? It scores! Cole Thomas, he shot it from the blue line. Might have taken a touch off of James Kroll, but that makes it 4-2. And the signal down there was they're going to credit it to Cole Thomas, so that'll be, as of now, his 12th goal of the season. I'm sure we'll get other looks later tonight when the film is posted. But a brand new game as Kirby's coming in. Backhand across, it's cut off. McLean's going to keep it in the zone. That one looked like it was played with the high stick. Instead, they're going to keep it playing. Jenkinson looking to find Canton Jenkinson that time. Kroll's got it as we hit 10.5 to go. You feel the energy picking up at John Gallo Ice Arena just a little bit. Slowly but surely, but it's taken over. Jenkinson, left side across, and it's put high that time by Paxton Fitch. Cole Thomas waiting for it up the ice. Kirby on the backhand. Schroeder's going to stay put. Landon Hope cuts it off. His shot, save made by Schroeder. He gets his own rebound. Lays it down low. That's Thomas in front. Stick down again. That time by Jasper Soares. And here comes the rush the other way for Soren Edwards. Edwards lost it as he was trying to cut into the middle. He's knocked down to the ice. And Edwards is down. They're going to keep play going. Shot attempts, Pomborg. They blew the whistle just before the follow-up was going to come from Paxton Fitch. Let's take a short break on our feeds as we have an injury timeout with 9:39 to go. All right, here we go out of the injury timeout. Soren Edwards got helped off the ice. Wasn't putting any pressure on one leg, so we'll see if that can be a storyline the rest of the way. With 9:39 to go, face-off on the right side of Pomborg. Seitz can't get it out of the zone. A good move by Canton Jenkinson. Deflected by Kennefic, and it's backhanded down, and it's not going to be onto Schroeder, so we'll redo the face-off over by Pomborg. They'll do it from the same spot on the right side, with Hope and Jeremy Jenkinson taking it. Hope able to deflect it to the right for Kennefic. Hopped over the stick of both Jenkinsons. Holding it in at the point is Soares. And goes wide on the right side. McLean with the hustle. Can't beat the body to the puck. That was Jack Wolschlager. High off the sideboards that time, and that's another icing. See along the end boards over there by Pomborg, you got the Sandwich Blue Knight players who are ready to come on the ice and start practicing. There were a lot of them that were still here at Gallo Ice Arena well over an hour after Canal Cup ended. Hope lost it, and Carpenito will find it on the other side. Knocked off the puck by Torres. Ronan Kelly under 9 minutes to go. Collins to Seitz. Off a hop. Stick raised by Torres. Lavin gets sandwiched and sent down by two Canalmen players. Carpenito on the left side, and lining up for the hit that time was Torres. Hope on the stick drag. Still coming in. He'll work with it. Edge of the trapezoid. Landon Hope. Backhand down. Taking short angle. In front off the post by Carpenito. Good luck as Seitz sent it in front. It remains a 2-goal game for now. Lavin can't play the puck out, and a nice reach by Collins. And that time it's going to be sent down. Hope didn't touch it. Icing waved off here. Looked like they were going to call it, but they called it off. Torres another nice hit. Sent back into the zone. They were offside. Ronan Kelly's going to circle. Landon Hope. To the right side, Buckley almost found it through traffic. Nice hit by Gettings. Buckley again receives it. He was behind the red line. That is not an icing you want to take. You got to step up and just get maybe half a skate in front of the red line, then send it down to go off for a change. Face off on the left side of Pomborg. James Kirby, Canton Jenkinson taking it. It works free for Nantucket, but it's kicked out by Thomas. Looking to find Kroll just a little bit behind. Jeremy Jenkinson plays it on back to Jack Wolschlager. McLean lost it. Jenkinson behind the net. Jenkinson. Now it's Kirby trying to play it as Paxton Fitch fell down. To the line it goes. Tapped out of the zone. Kroll looks to leave it on the right. Thomas can't beat Canton Jenkinson to it cleanly. As Kirby gets decked right in front the Whaler bench, and everybody that's on the bench has got something to say about that. It's McLean. Had to be careful, didn't see the body coming at him. Kroll tried to let it go. Wolschlager holds it in at the line and misses on the left side. Kennefic a nice nudge. The Whalers get back to it. Jenkinson in the middle. Slap shot wide. Might have taken a touch off of Fitch. And now it's Thomas working 1-on-2. And he loses it. Jasper Soares plays it. Jeremy Jenkinson holds it up on the left side. 2 shots to 1 in the second period. Soares again tried to feed in, sliding down was Kennefic, and he is slow getting to a knee on the left side of the ice. Kroll looks to play it up and just a little bit too far for Thomas. Jasper Soares lost it. Thomas, short angle shot attempt. Might have gotten a piece of Schroeder. Lavin deflected it up. Collins trying to kick it out of the zone. Still tied up. 5 guys battling for it. Nantucket takes it away. Soares shoots off the mask. Picked up by Jeremy Jenkinson. Jeremy Jenkinson will let that one go. Here's Freeman with it on the right side. And Landon Hope's going to pick it up as we hit 5.5 minutes in regulation. Lost it again off a weird bounce. Freeman back down low. Kelly will get there first for Bourne. Kelly off to the right side. He's got sights. And he can't get it out of the zone. Fans getting antsy here. Seems Bourne's getting too desperate and they still can't get it out. That's Freeman holding it in. Nice cutoff by Ronan Kelly as he circles behind Palmborg again. Plays it over the middle. That'll work for Seitz, and we'll connect with Landon Hope this time as he retreated on back. Now it pops out of the zone. Carpenito on the backhand. Seitz couldn't recognize where it was in time. Nantucket will walk the other way with Jenkinson. He's got Freeman as a trailer. Jenkinson still coming in short angle and a missed. Deflected shot on the other side. Seitz backed off of it. The follow-up effort will go to neutral ice. Here's Kelly, who's been out there for a while. Jeremy Jenkinson, backhand in front, save! Rebound still loose, picked up by the Whalers. Jeremy Jenkinson back down. Jenkinson got it right through the crease and wide, ends up on the right. Soares cutting into the middle, leaves it short. Jenkinson deflected, looking to find Torres. The backhand will finally get out of the zone. Carpenito knocked down to the ice. Seitz trying to get an elbow in there. Flicked up, too far for Torres. Lost it, Canton Jenkinson, a shot saved Palmborg. Rebound played into the middle and it didn't get through on the second attempt. Soares, that's Thomas. Flicked up, Seitz got a stick in there. Jasper Soares, battled hard by Carpenito, flicked up. Thomas now in a race to the puck, 1-on-1. Cole Thomas, left side, waiting for options and it got deflected onto Schroeder. Now we hit 3 minutes. Question's going to become if and when does Carpenito want to pull Jackson Palmborg. Gets tied up in the corner. Thomas trying to find it against Jenkinson, and he'll pop on the other side for Soren Edwards. He's back on the ice after taking that injury earlier in this period. McLean deflected it. Jeremy Jenkinson in the middle. Here comes Edwards with Torres. Edwards shot off the outside of the net. Edwards picks it up again, hit hard into the end boards. Andrew Kennefic off the side again. He goes back to get it. 2.5 and a collision of bodies. James Kroll will come in with Cole Thomas. Could be a 2-on-1 if they can get it in time. Thomas the backhand across. Kroll got it onto Schroeder. Rebound still loose. Tried to cover it up. He was lunging forward to get it. Still wasn't there though. Sent down the ice as an icing. Both coaches still have their timeout. After having 4 shots on goal, actually 5 shots on goal, we got to counter the goal as well. 5 shots on goal for Bourne in the first 2 periods. They've got 6 here in the third. Face-off won by the Canalmen. That's Ronan Kelly looking to play it up for Charlie Seitz. Hope looks to regather, held in. Ronan Kelly shoots it high, save, rebound, still in the area. Canton Jenkinson has a read on it. Off of Landon Hope. And it's going to come out of the zone. Everybody's going to tap up and reset. Carpenito knocked off by Jenkinson. Carpenito tried to get to it, lost it on the backhand. Poked up away again. We had a buck and a half to go. Carpenito over the middle. Pombor can't retreat yet. They don't have the big guns out there. They got the second line right now. Edward Holland, first time we mentioned him today. Lost it against Hunter McLean. Hope, just desperation. That took a touch off of Seitz. So we hit the final minute to go in regulation. Nantucket's up by 2. Canton Jenkinson turned over. Cole Thomas left side coming in on a break. Thomas shoots and scores. Cole Thomas makes it a 1-goal game with 54.4 to go. Timeout taken by Nantucket. We're going to be in for a good finish. 1-goal game. We'll be right back. Back out of the timeout here in Bourne. A 1-goal game between the Canalmen and the Whalers. Pomborg is out of the blue paint by about 5 feet. Stays in net for now. And the Canalmen with a huge face-off win. McLean will step up. Pomborg retreating to the bench. The net's empty. Thomas working now against Edwards. Taken over, Cole Thomas fanned on the shot, and it's played out of the zone. Here's Hunter McLean. McLean with 35 seconds. Hit hard on the left side. Hope will play it on back to James Kroll. To the right side, it's Cole Thomas. Lost it, deflected, out of the zone again. They got some space on this left side. Landon Hope steps into the zone, knocked off of it with the stick tied up, 15 seconds. Soren Edwards back on the other side. Puck trapped in the corner. 10 seconds. Thomas looking to free it. Kroll with the hit on Jenkinson with 5. Stick raised with 3. Pops in front. One more chance at the horn. And it won't go. One last chance on the back door. Nantucket will take it 4-3. Handshake line will go on. The Bourne Canalmen go to 8-7-2 on the season. Nantucket, a big road win that will leapfrog them to 4-7. Should help them out in the power rankings just a little bit. It's going to be tough for them to get over 500 on the year, so they got to finish top 32. So for Bourne, the party's going to have to wait until potentially Wednesday, where they can clinch a state tournament spot and at the minimum a share of the South Coast Conference at Apponequet in 2 days' time. The final shot on goal tally for today, as we got to tally everything up on our ends. The Canalmen had 14 and Nantucket had 24. Bourne battled hard. They were down 4-1. They made it a 1-goal game. Just wasn't enough to get at least a tie in this one today. Got to shout out James McKenna, the Bourne sophomore defender who was running camera today. Did a great job. And Ed Strode and I will be seeing you on Wednesday at Apponequet. That should be a very fun game out in Fall River, 5 o'clock puck drop time. And again, for our Nantucket audience that's watching, Wednesday, 5:15 at the Nantucket Ice Community Rink, home against the Monomoy Sharks is their next game. Thank you for joining us on any of our feeds. Keegan Hamblett signing off. We will see you next time.